It's a book called If You See a Fork in the Road, Pick It Up. This originally was a series of dispatches which I put on my website about being recycling, sorting, collection supervisor. After that I realized there was more to say, so I started to interview people. And this was initially about my fair experiences in the recycling area and then the people I met. Stormy here is a part of the story. Crosby, who is her original owner, said, "Well, why don't you have her be the demo goat at the fair?" And I thought, that'd work out perfectly. I can come and take care of her in between my shifts, and she can have a little cage and she can meet the people. I got her there, and I saw she was a little lonely, so I brought Ranger to be her buddy. And he turned out to be the star of the show. He just couldn't get enough of the people. He'd be falling asleep and the little kids would be touching him. She was okay, but she would take breaks and go lie down in the middle area. Susie says, "Well, why don't you show her?" And I says, "Wait a minute, I'm not gonna show the goat. That's just not gonna happen. I've shown horses, but I don't think I'm up for this." So she says, "You'll do really well." I thought, what the heck? I don't have anything to lose. I can make a fool of myself. And Susie gave me a few brief lessons on what to do and how to walk the goat and to stay on one side of the judge and the judge on the other side. And I kind of knew what to do. And then I was there early, so I got to watch the sheep showing. And I was totally entranced by the judge, Chaston Leggett, who was the most amazing judge of all. He was telling people how to do things and talking with them and showed a real interest in their animals. So I was pretty laid back by the time we went into the ring, and we had the first class, which was does 5 years and older, and I took her in there and she stood perfectly still and just looked up at him. And Chaston said, "This is an amazing goat. She is really perfect type for an alpine. She has beautiful manners, disposition, everything about her is really good." And then he comes over and he hands me a ribbon. I'm like, holy cow, I just won a ribbon! But it wasn't over, because we won the Open, but that meant that we could go into the division championship. And in the division championship, she was against all the other breeds of goats. And about that I thought, oh no, we can't do this. It's just not gonna work. But we go out, we wait. I talk with Glenn for a few minutes, and everybody is wishing us well. And so then I go in with her, and I line her up, and I have her in front of me, and I did it the way the sheep people do it, which you're not supposed to do, but that's all I knew. So, and other people had their goats, and she stood there again, just perfectly. And I mean perfectly. And Chaston's walking. He's walking like this, and he's looking at her. He's pretending to see the other goats, but he's really got his eye on her. He's kind of going like this. And then I knew right then we had it in the bag. And then he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know this is an exceptional goat. She has a beautiful head, a beautiful udder, a straight back. She looks like the best of her kind in the state of Alaska." And he comes over and he hands me another ribbon. And Stormy didn't want to leave. She just thought this was so good being there. Pete and I got involved in the recycling efforts right away, and then the next year we both pulled a wagon, and I worked in the education booth. But the fair brought us to the recycling people and got us involved in that work. And Pete's been the president of the board, and he was one of the people that helped get the new facility. So many things, and so many things people don't realize. You have first of all the economic boost for the community. You have the vendor community, which brings those people together. Arts, entertainment. It's like a small city is there for 2 weeks, in which people of all types, ages, nationality can learn so many things about so many areas.